Hi everyone, I found this song. It's a song I wrote in 2021. It's called COVID Song, and it really kind of marked my return back to my own faith, taking it more seriously, if you know what I mean. We were all confined, and I think we were forced to go a little bit deeper, some of us, and rethink a few things. And so this was, if I can remember how to play this, it's a slow song. It's a slow song, so it's not supposed to be fast. And there is a point where I do stop. So that's not going to be an error. It's real. Yesterday I sat down to pray and I asked the universe to carry me away. 'Cause there's a blame game and I'm losing. Friends are ranting and accusing. A scourge arrived and took over our lives, and I asked the Lord who saves to carry me away. 'Cause there's a shame game and I'm losing. And this prayer game's getting so confusing. Yesterday I sat down to pray and he came and sat with me. He smiled and he cried and looked deep in my eyes, and I knew he died for me. He said, I'll carry you, won't you carry me? I chose you, won't you please choose me? And so today I knelt down to pray, and I asked the King of Kings to stay. And you know, that's pretty much how it was. My vocabulary prior to the pandemic was starting to become a little bit too new age. I was putting things out to the universe. And that went on for a little while. And I just had to cut myself on, really. I had to do that. I had to realize that no, this isn't getting you anywhere. It's not bringing you peace. And so I reverted to my faith at that point. And I'm not the only one. But I do notice that as a woman, and one who is not a consecrated woman in the religious life, it is a little bit more difficult for us to talk about this kind of thing because, you know, you're pretty much put down online. But I don't care. I'm not worried about that. Yes, I was a singer, professional singer for 17 years. I was on stage for about 10 years. I was also a language teacher. So I suppose I come across with a kind of an authority maybe when I'm speaking. That can rub some people the wrong way. But really, I'm not bothered by what they say. But it does happen. But it won't stop me, and I'm going to put as many of these things out, not because I'm trying to put myself forward in any selfish or arrogant way, but because we are all called as royal priests, and we're all of us, men and women in the church, we are all royal priests, not ministerial priests, and I'm not in favour of that as it happens, but as royal priests we are called to go out there and give our testimonies. People say religion is private. You know, I'm sorry, but that actually isn't the deal, particularly for the Catholic. We're supposed to be there, the hands of Mary, the hands of Christ, not to bore people to death. But if you do have a channel like this, which I hope to grow, the purpose of the channel is to give the testimony. People can scroll past it if they want. They can mute it if they want. That's absolutely fine. What I don't do is I don't go out to my friends and constantly talk faith. This is not me. I'm not that person, and they'll tell you that. If they ask me questions, that's a different story. But yes, on the social media channels, on the platforms, that is what I'm going to do. And I don't make any apologies for that. That's my way of giving back, because really I have been so fortunate. I've received so many graces, not just through the pandemic, but through my life, and in particular in the last 5 years. So that's what this is about. It's extraordinary though, because the people who put me down in the comments, and even with the other 2 podcasts that I had, which were not religious, they were to do with literature, they were all women. Isn't it strange? We women, we can be really terrible to each other at times. But as I say, it doesn't bother me. I will continue regardless. But anyway, that was a song from 2021. I just thought I'd put it out there, resurrect it, and singing it. I remember how things were, of course. I'd had a bad COVID at the very beginning. We didn't realise what it was. It was the very, very beginning. The end of 2019. I was teaching mainly Chinese students, and a number from Brazil as well, and also a place that actually had a really, by the March of 2020, the place that had very high numbers of COVID was Austria, Vienna, and I had all of those. So I don't know where exactly, which of the groups exactly, but everybody was sick, and I remember how kind of scary that was, and I don't think we should forget, because although the pandemic was terrible, a lot of good things happened during the time of the pandemic because we were forced to stop. We got to know our families better. We had to confront certain things in our lives that needed to change. So all of that was positive. And I think I know I'm still reaping the rewards of that. But anyway, Medjugorje Miriam signing out. Hope you enjoyed it.